Things you should know if you're planning to ride solo to Tirumala, Tirupati. Here's my story and tips that could help you if you wish to do this too. So, my first solo trip in many years to Tirupati for Darshan. Excited and a little bit of nervousness, but yeah, more excitement. And here we go.
It's a 1 hour 8 minute ride to my first stop for breakfast, and yep, updates from there.
The first thing I had to decide was the route. There were two main options. One by National Highway 716 via Tiruvallur, Tirutani. Second by NH 716A via Solavaram, Uttukotai, Nagalapuram. There was also a third option through Pulicat, which was much longer. I chose NH 716A. It was the shortest by distance and fastest by time. But more importantly, which I realized later, it was one with more life and greenery. It was quite a beautiful route. My average speed through this route must have been between 60 to 80 kilometers per hour. One could go faster, but again, where's the fun if you can't slow down to soak in the beauty of nature and life around you? My first stop was a restaurant called Maruti Veg Restaurant. I mean, it seemed like a place with good ratings on Google when I zoomed into the map and found restaurants. I didn't want it to be too close, like I didn't want it to be before at least 1 hour, 1.5 hours before my ride. So from the restaurant that I had first shortlisted, the guard at the gate said that they haven't opened yet. It might take 10 minutes for them to open the breakfast. When traveling, I prefer to be light in the stomach. One dosa and a filter coffee later, I was back on my way.
Really nice place. Jai Shri Ram.
So for the uninitiated, the bookings for Tirupati Darshan open 3 months in advance. I had to book in December for Darshan in March. Bookings open mostly on every 23rd or 24th of the month at around 9 am. And by around 9:20 am, 4 lakh plus slots are sold out. You have to be really quick to book. Use the TTD app on Android or App Store, and best to have your Aadhaar handy and your other details pre-filled on the app profile. If you plan to stay over at Tirumala, that is up the hill, accommodation bookings open the same day as Darshan bookings at around 3 pm. Make sure you book your accommodation in advance. In the last minute, your only option would be staying at the PACs. The PACs are short for Public Amenities Complex. They are common dormitory, hostel-like complexes. Accessing the amenities of these complexes are completely free of charge. You get access to lockers, clean washrooms and changing areas, and space for parking for your two-wheelers and four-wheelers. How long does it take? I am never the person to proactively walk into a crowded place, not even for pilgrimage. I have no idea how this calling came. They say you can only go to religious places when you are called, and to some extent, it does feel that way. Special Darshan, the 300 rupee ticket, usually takes 3 to 4 hours. Depending on the season, it could take even 2 hours or 7. I was prepared for the usual average. I thought I'll decide whether to return home the same day or next morning, depending on how long it takes. If I was done by 3 pm, I'd probably head back. If it takes any longer than 5 pm, I'll head down to Tirupati, stay over in a hotel and return the next morning. What to carry? The most important thing is a printed out copy of the confirmed booking and then your government ID proof. Apart from those, I'm carrying a kurta pajama set. I usually prefer to do my religious practices in traditional attire, but even the dress code mentioned on TTD's rules emphasizes Indian traditional, veshti and shirt or kurta pajama for men. However, even if you're in a simple shirt and pant, you'll be just fine. While doing the hill climb on a bike, a helmet would be mandatory for rider and pillion if you have company. I must ride my very reliable Royal Enfield Scram 440. I should be completing 1000 kilometers on my bike during this trip. It's been a phenomenal ride from the start. I love how smooth the engine is. It's just perfect for a trip like this. The 6th gear at 100 kilometers per hour on the highway is just a breeze. My jacket is from Raida with a level 2 protection and gloves from Royal Enfield. My helmet is by Ignyte. It's a dual visor full face DOT certified, sturdy and fits just right. I've got a blue Armour HS1 Bluetooth device fit into this. I use this for recording my audio while riding, but I would recommend a separate mic like DJI or the sorts for better output. I really like the seating posture. When I have to ride through a bad patch of road, I just stand up, grip the tank with my legs and glide over. Everything fits well, but there's an unglamorous side to solo motorcycle rides. There's a lot of prep that's needed every time you get on and off the bike, and once you take off that helmet, jacket and gloves and you need to stretch your back after a big distance, you see what it takes. I'm shooting all of this on an Insta360 X5. It's a pretty good investment to make if you're doing this seriously. I rented mine as it was my first time. You can find links to all of these in the description.
Really nice scene on my left. Happy playing the field. Really good.
So I reached Tirupati by 10:30 am, about 4 hours since I started. Took a quick water break at one of the very good restaurants PS4, and now I'm on the bypass flyover that leads to the entrance of the hill climb to Tirumala. So the cop noticed my camera just a moment after I crossed and called me back. Camera is not allowed beyond this point, he said. I was asked to deposit it at the office nearby. He asked me if I was a YouTuber. Not sure if what I said mattered, but after a request to let me keep the camera and a promise not to shoot beyond this point, he let me proceed. I was then asked to proceed to baggage scan and confirm that I'm not carrying any drone. So here I am, on my way uphill. I'll share my darshan experience and other information after I'm back down, in part 2. Until then, Govinda, Govinda, Govinda.